One day, my grandfather invited me to his house. He asked me to come there by 10 a.m. Next day morning, as we planned to go to temple nearby. I'm typical Hyderabadi. For us Hyderabadis, 5 minutes is like 1 hour. We always have a habit of saying, buddy, 5 minutes. I'm there. I did the same thing with my grandpa. My grandpa gave me a call to know the status at 9:30 a.m. I woke up with this call. I said, Grandpa, I'm almost there. I'm there in 5 minutes. Then I hesitatingly got up from my bed. As my breakfast was ready, I ate it and started research and reached there very early, by 12 p.m. I went to my grandpa with a happy face and wisdom. Grandpa, I'm here. But that day my grandpa saw me with a lot of anger and told me one sentence which made me to think the biggest mistake which I'm doing in my life. He said, please don't forget, Preethi. You might delay, but time will never. Today, you not only wasted your valuable time, but also broken my words. You disrespected me. Those words took me into thoughts. I started understanding the importance of time. I read the stories about highly successful persons in the world. They had become successful only because they had a habit of managing the time in a right way. Think of any successful persons in the world. It might be APJ Abdul Kalam, it might be Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Oprah, Mark Cuban, or any other successful persons in the world. They had become successful only because they had a habit of managing the time in a right way. George Washington, the first president of USA, he had a very brilliant habit of managing the time in a right manner. He not even bare his guests who mismanaged time. He started his work or an official meeting by seeing the clock, but not the number of people. Once, Washington's secretary came late to his office and apologized, giving an excuse. Sir, my watch was late. Then Washington strongly replied, you change your watch as soon as possible, or else I have to change my secretary. See friends, he was that strict towards time. But here, we people are rushing towards some or the other thing every time, every minute, and even every second. Whenever we talk about time management, we get a question, how to prioritize it, right? In a book named 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the author Stephen Covey has given the right explanation of managing the time in a 4-quadrant philosophy. What is this 4-quadrant philosophy? Can anyone guess? We always spend our focus on 4 different ways. First one is important, second one is not important, third one urgent, and fourth one not urgent. Let us discuss about quadrant 1. Quadrant 1 are the things which are important and urgent. For example, you have your exam today and you have to study for it. Suddenly your friend calls you and asks you to come for a movie with him or her. And you have to study. Studying is important work in your life. If you don't study, you cannot stand on your legs. If you cannot stand on your legs, you'll be facing a lot of problems. And one more example, if you got a fire in your house, what will you do? Will you just go and sleep on your bed watching TV? No, you will rush towards it and try to escape from it, right? So, these are the works of quadrant 1. Let us discuss about quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 are the works which are not important but urgent. For example, your friend calls you and asks you to come out. That does not say what. We people think it is urgent, but in a real fact, it is not at all important. Now, let us discuss about quadrant 3. Quadrant 3 are the works which are important but not urgent. For example, how many of you here plan to do exercise daily? How many of you here plan to read books daily? We plan them, but you don't execute them, right? If you spend at least 10% of your time in a day on the works which came in quadrant 3, definitely you will see a positive change in yourself. Now, let us discuss about quadrant 4. In fact, we should not discuss about quadrant 4 because these are the works which are not important and not urgent. We people spend most of our time on mobile phones watching Facebook. One person who is making most of out of quadrant 4 is Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook. We people watch Facebook without earning a single rupee, but this guy is earning crores. Every day, can you make a list of segregating the works which you want to do in these 4 quadrants? Definitely, you will understand how productively you can spend your life. Now, you might get a question, how to become successful by only managing the time? Let me show you the most influential habits of highly successful persons in the world. Wake up early. We are habituated to waking up at least nosing our alarm by 10 times. This is nothing but disrespecting yourselves. Read, read, and read. Spend some time with the one who inspires you. Spend some time in reading books daily. Dear friends, time management brings out the real human inside us. Time teaches the right attitude and makes us successful persons in the world. Today, on this occasion, I, Preethi, take an oath that I'll never miss my time. Because time management is nothing but life management. Thank you. Over to the host.